All right, welcome to my channel. So the first thing that you need to know before you start watching my videos is the purpose of this channel is for education and entertainment, mostly education with some entertainment, and mostly for my students. Really, it's an opportunity for me to showcase my algorithm and for my students to see it working and me to be able to talk about the trades and why I'm taking the trades and things like that. This is not a channel where I'll be showing you that I'm making millions of dollars. So family rules, you won't be seeing that. Some traders out there want to put their stuff out. I don't even know why they do that. Like on social media in a public sphere, hey, look at me, I made 20,000 today, 50,000 today, you know, all that stuff. That will not happen on this channel. The most you'll see me making here is anywhere from 50 bucks to $1,000 in a day would be the most once we get to that level of scaling. And then I'll reset and we'll be looking at 50 bucks and we'll be scaling back to, you know, 1,000 a day or so. And we'll just keep resetting that scaling. But family rules will not be showing you on this my social media that I'm making tons of money. Second thing is I'm trading with Thinkorswim. That's my platform that you see here on the screen. So you got my two windows on futures trading. Same thing, it'll be Thinkorswim. So you'll see that I trade futures and the equities market with these videos. I trade based off of my algorithm, the simple switch algorithm, and it's got different settings. Same algo, but different settings for futures market, for equities market, and different types of trading. It's got different settings for it. So I'll be trading off that. Links below if you're interested in learning more about the algo. All the education over there is free, as well as the trading log that you'll see. You can get the link below, which will give you that log, so you can go over there and explore all that stuff. So when you're looking at my screen, okay, now when you're looking at my screen, you'll see these the chart markups, and you'll see yellow. Wherever I put yellow is an entry. So when it's yellow like this, it's the algo ideal entry. And then you may see a yellow like this, and that is where I actually got in, and it'll be touching the candle that I got in on. And then the location. Red are my stops, green are my targets. And then if you want to learn how the algo works so you can better understand what I'm doing when I'm doing my trades, over at the link below, you can go over there and learn all about the algo. It's completely free for that whole education. It's free to learn about my trading plan, my strategy, everything that I teach about trading is free over there. Only thing that costs money is if you decided to buy the algo, then that would cost money. But you can apply a lot of the stuff that I teach over there, including my strategy and trading plan, to your own strategies and help maybe improve your game. So all that is definitely free. I don't charge for any of that education. Only the algo if that's something you decided to add to your list. So then sometimes you'll see on here me doing experiments, which I'm going to try to do another one later on this year when I get a little more time. But I love to do trading experiments. We blow up accounts, but we do it in the purpose of education, showing you that certain trading techniques or strategies sometimes just don't work. And we play with some different concepts and blow up accounts, real accounts, small accounts, but still real accounts. And you'll also see some small accounts as well, like when we do offshore brokers and things like that. So, and then of course, educational videos I'll be putting out as well. So there's a lot of different content here. So if you can give me the like, hit that like button, that would help me a lot with the YouTube. And if you subscribe and hit that bell icon, you can be notified whenever I upload new content. And the last thing, but probably the most important thing, is trading is very risky. Do not place a trade based on what you see here or whatever I say. I'm not telling you what to do. If it sounds like I'm telling you what to do, it's me just thinking out loud. And, you know, most traders will lose all of their money. I am strictly speculating. I do not have a crystal ball. So, you know, I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that. So please do not take financial advice from me. This is strictly to talk about how I trade, to teach about how I do things, and for your entertainment. All right, so now the legal stuff is out of the way. Let's get into today's trades. All right, good morning, everybody. It's July 21st. We got JD on the switch right here. So JD on a big switch. So we're looking for a switch back. This is what I would call a glitch. There's no consistency in direction. So no trade on JD until we get consistency, a couple bars in a row, and then we'll go from the switches from there. So when I see this, I consider that a glitch. No switch, just so you know. All right, so here we are with JD. So we got JD switching right now. So look at this. It's 40. So about 35 cents. So we're going to run over to the trade log and put in 35 cents. We got JD, 38 cents was yesterday, 0.35. So we're looking at 285 shares for $100 risk reward. So we're going to go back, put that into the setup here. 285. Enter. All right, we got our 285 in. Maybe not. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see. If it switches, we'll bring it to you. All right, we got CVS over here getting ready to switch on us, or is switching on us with a switchback. So I'm going to go ahead and trade this. So we have a nice little consolidation here. It's starting to break out to a new high on the switchback, although it didn't quite break that high of day. So that's making me a little nervous with CVS, but I'm going to go ahead and take it because it's looking pretty strong right now. So we got 30 seconds. As long as we can close in a decent spot on this candle, we don't get a big rejection, I will jump into this trade. Okay, looks like we got QCOM switching as well. So QCOM 142 to 141. It's about 50 cents roughly. We're in a $100 risk reward area. 200. I know I'm roughing it, just don't have a lot of time. So we're going to go ahead and short QCOM. Oh, QCOM didn't switch, and buy. All right, so we're in CVS. QCOM did not switch. So we're going to go ahead and wait for confirmation over there. Hasn't quite been able to get over this high of day area. So once it does that, though, we're off to the races if it does that. So it should. It's looking like that, but we'll see. Or is it drawing an M pattern for a breakdown? That's the other question. So right at this second, traders, once this gets close, if I wanted to take this trade off the table, it totally could be a good trade. Take it off the table. You know, if I miss it by a couple pennies, we're not quite at our $100 area, but if we're in like the $85, $90 area, it's not terrible. I could take it off the table there. But I'm going to wait, let it get through here, and then put my stop in. Okay, so CVS is getting through the target right now, so 82.93. We're going to look to put our stop in right there. Oh, let's just drag it up. All right, so 93. I'd like it to go a little higher so I can get in without the spread. Messing with me 2 cents, so I'd love to go to 95. So hopefully this will push up a little bit. We'll go to 95. So we're at 95 now, so it needs to go above that. And then we got QCOM coming into the target right now as well. So QCOM, we're going to move to break even. All right, so we're out of CVS, $94. Pretty close. Almost got our full 100, but yeah. If I would have just took my trade off the table, I could have got the full 100. But 94, all good for a chance to let it run. I'll pay that $6. So in QCOM right now, just about to touch this target. And hopefully get a nice 100 out of QCOM, and then we'll be off to the races today. Okay, we got APPS on the switch over here, and it's pulling back. Let's see if we can take a piece of APPS. 63.39, 63.97. It's about 60 cents. $166 shares. All right, we're going to jump into APPS to the long side, but because it's already on its pullback, look at the spread. 86 is kind of tight. I'm going to go ahead and put my buy order in for 90, 91, still giving me in at a discount and giving it a chance to continue downward if it wants to continue downward. If I just jump in right now and this keeps selling off, then it's like, man, that's a bummer. So I'd like to see it turn around before I jump in. So we did that, and then we can trail that entry down and get closer to risk. Okay, so APPS, we're going to pull this down a little bit. All right, there we go. So we're in APPS. We should have got at a discount, 63.90. Let's mark it up and see where we're at. Yeah, got a little discount on APPS, about 7 cents. That's good. Okay, QCOM coming into the target, 140.74. So as I drag this green thing down, you can see it highlighting here as well. So you'll be able to see. So the ask is 76. We need this to get to 70, below 74, and then we can drag this down and give it a chance to squeeze more out. But we'll see what happens here. We got about 2.5 minutes, 2 minutes for this candle to close. Plenty of time. Okay, 76, 80, come on. So I basically hit the target. So this trade is basically over. So, you know, everything from here on out, if I need to exit, I exit. And it's a good trade. Would be nice to get it in the target, though. 74. Come on, let's do it. 78, you can do it. If this candle closes, I'm just going to exit. I'm not going to be greedy today, traders. I'm just going to exit if this candle closes here in a minute and a half, and I don't get in the target. All right, so 74, right at 74 is nice. All right, cool. So I can see on that, on the little thing here, it's moving up and down. You can see where it's at. So 74, we're in. So we only give it a penny to breathe, so we should be getting stopped out here in just a second. 73. Most likely we'll get stopped out, but if it wants to drop quick, we'll be all right. All right, cool. It's dropping. Let's go down, down, down. I'd like to be able to move it to 70 because of the spread, and then we can get our full 100. We won't get our full 100 here. See, 98.02. All right, cool. At least we another winner, 98.02. APPS look like we might take a loser on APPS. Could speed bump it. We'll see what happens. Okay, JD's thinking about switching. Got about 3 minutes in JD. 75.13, 74.69. Got 44 cents. I'll put that in the calculator. So for JD, that's 227 shares. All right, so if this confirms, we'll switch. We have our switch here. We trade JD on the switch back. So we'll trade it on the switch back. And we also got a little bit of an M pattern here. So this could be breaking the M pattern as well. This could be a nice trade. Okay, we got 10 seconds. See if JD wants to switch. We'll be ready for it if it switches last second here. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No switch. All right, JD, we'll wait. We'll wait. We'll be patient. All right, so here's Nug. So I missed the entry, but it came back. So it looks like we're getting a second go at this. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into Nug. We got 55.68, 56.13. So about 50 cents. $200. Buy. All right, so we're in Nug. In Nug, I do not speed bump. I only trade it based on the simple switch day trading strategy, which we have our switch to the long side and permission. No speed bumping. So I'm going to go ahead and go down and put my stop in. There we go. So Nug, set it and forget it. Basically, let me do OCO order on actually. All right, there we go. So Nug's all set up, OCO order. So this will just do its thing. We'll either be a winner or a loser by the end of the day or somewhere in the middle. And yeah, I don't have to pay attention to it. All right, so I'm going to set up APPS on a, I was going to put it on an OCO so I can bounce out of here for a little bit. But now it looks like it's trying to push higher. I'd like to trail the stop on APPS and try to squeeze more out. But yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and set up my OCO order. So I got to get some stuff done, and it's not moving fast enough. Actually, move that to break even plus a couple bucks. APPS is about 4-cent spread right now. All right, so there we go. So we got APPS all set up, set it and forget it. Should be a green trade regardless. And I can get out of here, get some stuff done, and we'll come back and see how this day shaped up. So I'm saying that APPS is hitting the target, so I guess I'll hang out a second. So 64.54. So as soon as we can get above 55 over here, 50, yeah, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and move this up. Oh, come on. I'm going to move it up as soon as that gets clear, and then I'll leave it like that, and we'll either get a 2R or we'll take their 1R. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that, and we'll either get a 2R or it'll back up and we'll get our 1R. All right, everybody, we'll be back in a little bit. All right, so I was in a meeting, so I wasn't able to talk about this, and that's one of the reasons why I've set it and forget it. But NUG, that was the one ticker today that I didn't use my trade calculator for. I was like, oh, it's about 50 cents. Blah, blah. I ended up short, $20 short, which is huge. That's 20% off of what it should be, right? So, oh man, I need to stay disciplined and use the tools to make sure I'm maximizing my profit, and so my winners can pay for my losers. But anyway, so here it's turned out to be a great day today, though. So let's go ahead and run through the portfolio real quick, and then let's look at the log and see where we stand right now. It's looking a little better than the last 2 days. All right, so here's NUG. So we trade NUG on the simple switch day trading strategy with permission to the long side only because it's HTB all the time. So hard to borrow, so we don't short it. Shorting is awesome with NUG when it used to be ETB, but it's been HTB for a very long time now, so like a year. So yeah, so anyway, so there goes. There's NUG. So we had our switch. Good to go, wrote it up, got the target. Haven't traded this one in quite a while, so it's nice for it to finally show up. And yeah, you just never know if it's going to go there or not, unless there's a statistical proven probability of success, like in JD. Then I don't even go for it. You know, I was happy to get my deal and be out. Okay, QCOM. So finally, we hit good on the switch here today. So I hit the switch, came down, got my target, and then look at that, went right back, right? If I got greedy, I would have been a repeat of the last 2 days where I'm like, no, I want more. I want 5 more pennies. And then I give back $200. Oh, so stupid. But at least we got pretty close using the calculator, $98, which is how we want it to be. So that trade calculator in the log, and there's a link to the description below where if you want to get my trade log and my tools, you can find it down there. You know, it's not to give me the exact number, it's just to get me in the area, and 98 is definitely in the area. So QCOM, trade the switch back, don't worry about permission, and got our target. JD, no trade. It's 1 o'clock, not going to set up. Looks like this might just consolidate the rest of the day. We trade the switch back on JD without permission, and we got no switch back. So, and we got a glitch here, so I wouldn't even consider this a switch. CVS. So CVS looking pretty good here. So we had our normally I trade this to the short side only when we have our switch with permission, but sometimes I trade it to the on the switch back, like I said. So, and this is one of those times. Why? Because we have a gap up, it's flagging back down. We're getting, you know, like a wedge patterns going. There's some technicals to support this. So we have our wedge it's developing here. Then we're breaking out of our wedge. Then we got our switch. So I trade the switch back. If we didn't get the switch, even though it's breaking out of the wedge, I'm not getting in. So, but we did have it. So I jumped into that switch and or switch back rather, and nice little profit. And again, you know, if I would have got greedy and overstayed my welcome, I would have had a repeat again of the last couple of days, right? Like, give me my dollar, and then lose, you know, I'll give back 100 and change. So $94, a little bit light there, but you know, depending where we got in and how it filled and slippage and spread, you know, we don't always get the exact number. So 94 is still pretty good. APPS, Old Faithful. It's one of my favorite tickers. I was trading this thing just last year. It was like a $6 stock. I wish I would have just bought like 20,000 shares and just left it alone. But yeah, you never know. Look at it, it's like $64 now. Crazy. So anyway, so APPS, we trade on the simple switch day trading strategy with permission, and occasionally the switch back, you know, like I do with CVS. And right now, this is a great example of where a switch back would, you know, well, not really, because we have a switch. A switch back would be here. Of course, I wouldn't trade that because this could just be flagging for a move higher. But we did move into our switch with our permission. Permission being the dotted line above the white line above the red line. We're good to go long, so we jumped in long. And yeah, another great example of hit my target, get my money, and leave. Don't try to get back in. Don't try to overstay my welcome. All that. Now, I wish I would have left a little higher on this candle. We could have pulled, you know, more than $100 out of it. But you know, trading is 2020. Traders, you're always gonna look back. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. That's why I call it 2020 day trader, because the trading is 2020. All right, is that the whole portfolio? We got QCOM, JD, CVS, APPS, and yeah, that's everything. So let's go check out the log and see where we're doing. Okay, so here we are on the day. Nice green. Look at that. 4 tickers, 4 to 5 hit today. All winners. I know if I had stayed with my $300 risk reward, I would have had a $1,200 day, roughly between $1,000 and $1,200. Would have been an awesome recovery in the week. Instead, I got almost 400 bucks, 379. Yep. But, that's how it goes. Let's look at the scaling ladder and we'll talk a little bit more about that actually. Let's go over scaling ladder. All right, pretty cool. So we're almost $150. Getting right back in there, and then we'll hit that, a few, and we're back to 3, and we'll be back on our way. But here's the thing, like the scaling ladder is like game over, right? When this green light goes out, it's like lights out, game over. I got a little buffer, out here in space just in case something weird happens. But for the most part, it's game over when it gets here. So we were down somewhere in this area. So, if I had 4 losers today and I risked $300, just 2 of them would have blown up my account. Can't do that. So I need to be able to survive the day. And so I have to, honor the scaling ladder. I can't stay with that big risk and blow up my account in, one trade or one day. That's stupid. So more stupid than what I've been doing. So yeah, so you have to honor the scaling ladder, and then when I get back up here, that'll allow me to get more size. And then if I have bad days, it all works out to where I can keep this account alive. And that's, I think, the biggest thing for a lot of traders is if you can keep your account alive long enough to really get in the groove. I mean, you might have an awesome strategy. It just might be that it's just a bad time for it. This is a bad week for it, a bad month for it. Whatever's going on, something weird has happened, and that strategy is just going through its own little turbulence. And if you don't have a good scaling ladder, then you blow up your account, turbulence clear, and everybody else trading that strategy that had a good trade plan, risk management, and scaling ladder, they're all making a ton of money without you while you're sitting there trying to save up money again, right? And then by the time you save your money up, you get back in the market, and then it's just not working, like it's failing because you jump back into the bad time again, and you didn't have a good strategy, and you didn't have a good scaling ladder and trade plan. Or your strategy was good, but you didn't have a good trading plan and good scaling ladder. So you blow up your account again. And then you're like, why me? The market hates me. Every time I save up enough money to get in, I blow up my account. I lose all my money. Everybody else trading the same strategies, making so much money. What about me? Like, who I'm talking about. I think every trader out there has exactly been in that position. So I know I've been in that position many times. The market hates me. It's against me. Like the other day when it just, got me perfectly out and then went down. I could have made a bunch of money. So what I'm talking about. But yeah, so it's really important that if you have a trade plan and have a scaling ladder in your trade plan so that your account can survive. And then make it realistic, for whatever is going on. How many tickers are you trading? There's a link at the end of this video, my trade plan, and you can see how I set my trade plan up and why I do what I do. But, and then, for this, just a quick little high little overview, how many tickers do I trade? 4 tickers. Let's say 5 tickers, actually. I got 5 in my portfolio right now. So if I risked $100 in each one of those trades, that's $500 that I could lose that day. And that's if I don't speed bump. If I have a really bad day, I could lose $1,000 on that day. So right here at $100 in one day, I could almost blow up my account if I have a really bad day. So this is very aggressive. Normally, when I'm not being so aggressive, this would be like $20 or $30 in this zone. So that if I have a really bad day, I'm not going to blow up my account if I only have $1,000 to lose, right? Like right here, I have $1,000 to lose. So $27,000 account, this actually gives me, I would have $2,000 to lose. So this 100 would be, I would blow up half my account in one day. So that's where my buffer comes in. But, that's something to take into account. But if I'm only trading one ticker, risking it, and I have $1,000 to lose, do I start with $100 risk reward? Maybe, because then, the most I lose is $200. It's one day. I would have to have, all 5 days in a row losing. And then then I can go back and look at my my back test blocks, right? Or my trade history and say, look, how many days in a row do I have losers with this? Well, I don't, I have zeroed out days where they're tiny green or tiny red. So like microscopic, it doesn't matter. So it's 0. And then I have red days. So, and on my red days, what am I losing? I'm losing 2R. So if I'm risking $100, I'm losing 200 on these days. So yeah, I got a couple days where I risk 200, I lose $200, but here's an example right here. So, I had a 0 day, I lost 200, and then a 0 day and I lost 200 more. So that's 400. Maybe these zeros were a little bit losers. So maybe it's 450 that I lost. So then I get back into the green. So now I'm replenishing my account again. So we're good. $1, $2, $3, $400, $5, $6, $7, $8, $900, and then I have a loser. So, so it's totally, actually, this is a 0. So, but I could have a loser. So, you know, if you look at your back test blocks and you see what typically happens in the past, doesn't mean it's going to happen in the future, but at least you get an idea of what might happen in the future. That can help influence the scaling ladder. So now if I'm risking 100 here, I know that, you know, I might have, I could lose. I could have a $400 hit before I have a winner. So, you know, this might be too aggressive if I do that. So yeah, you just kind of got to look at, that's just a little microscopic insight. If you look at my trading plan video, you can see more how I plan out my scaling ladder and why I make the choices I make. But anyway, so yeah, so it's a bummer I didn't risk $300 risk reward today and really recover this account big time. But at the same time, I got to protect my account, so I have to do the right thing. And the right thing was exactly what I did. You know, yesterday I had a red day. It could have been a much bigger red day if I was doing $300 risk reward. So, yeah. So just got to be smart about it, traders. So we pop over here. So, yep, we had this 1,013 at 75 losing day. So we got 370. So now we're only down 1,100 between these 2 days. I will trade tomorrow. I won't trade Friday. So maybe tomorrow we can pick up another $300 if we're lucky. And, we'll have a red week, and it is what it is. And we're just slowly getting back onto the green. All right, everybody, have an awesome day. See you tomorrow.